Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Strange Times Poetry Broadcast, coming to you live from the Poetry Bookshelf. Um, if you are new to Strange Times, this is a live daily broadcast at 8 p.m. Eastern where I read and talk about three uplifting poems, one by a famous author, one by an author I know or a friend, and one by myself. Um, if you really like our broadcast, please like our Facebook page, Strange Times Poetry Broadcast. That way you'll know every time an episode comes live, and it will even help other people, get the good news of poetry. Um, so today I'm reading a poem by Ada Limon, poem by Cole Swenson, who I met when she came to UMass Boston, and I introduced her amazing poetry, and then she ended up picking one of my poems. So I got a few minutes to talk to her. I really love her work. And a new poem by myself. I haven't run out of uplifting poems, but I have started, with a little bit of this extra time, being able to write some new ones. So I'm going to be sharing that with you today. All right. So my first poem by Ada Limon comes from Bright Dead Things. This book is a classic. And in this poem, so our theme for today is choosing to lose it or is that letting it go? And I'm, losing it. We're all doing fine. I'm just kidding. And this poem, The Problem with Travel, is, I think, actually a little bit the opposite of that. In escaping, the speaker comes to a realization of finding self-love and staying put. So sometimes losing it or leaving it can actually find the strength to stay where you are. The problem with travel. Every time I'm in an airport, I think I should drastically change my life. Kill the kid stuff, start to act my numbers, set fire to the clutter, and creep below the radar like an escaped canine sneaking along the fence line. I'd be cable knitted to the hilt, beautiful beyond buying, believe in the maker, and fix my problems with prayer and property. Then I think of you, home with the dog, the field full of purple pop-ups. We're small and flawed, but I want to be who I am, going where I'm going, all over again. We're small and flawed. I love that. But I want to be who I am. Thanks, Ada. All right, my next poem is by Cole Swenson. She's only written about 16 books of poetry, so I put the information to connect to her website in the description so you can see her, you can get into the wealth of her poetry. This one is from an older book, and it's called No Worry. And it sort of makes me, I think it's already sort of playing on this, oh, no worries. But it takes it to a new place about choosing what to worry about. And nature, always a bomb. No worry. No, worry about nothing but the chiseling of hills into distance and the slight haze, and sleep lost over color, no two ever the same, the wringing hands float ashore amazed. Worry about beauty. It can sell you anything. Lakes collect in the chambers of the heart, where the sailboats are made of flying fish about the size of match heads. Sleep can be lost as easily as a house key. The shock can consume at any moment if the hills are not rising, weather is wearing them down, and you are driving north in the late afternoon or holding your eyes in your hands like addresses. There's some of the moments that I love most from this poem. Yeah, worry about beauty can sell you anything just makes me chuckle every time I read it because it's so true. And I love how she uses the metaphor of the sleep being lost as easily as a house key. How many times have we just put that down and then not found it? I feel like now, these days, my sleep is being lost as easily as a house key because it's just hard. It's just hard with everything changing moment to moment. to, to relax, to be able to let go. And yeah, I love this poem. All right. So for my last poem, I'm going to be reading something new. So there's always the risk that when you write a new poem, it's not had enough time for revision. So I hope you bear with me. This poem is part of a series that I've been working on for the past 2 years. And you're going to love this. The conceit of the project was that I imagined an ice age that would cause people to be isolated, to potentially limit their career, sort of change of lifestyle. However, this ice age would in no way cause this sort of, the genre fiction apocalyptic or messianic end to capitalism or restructuring of society for the good. It would just kind of further embed these things and be just life, but a little bit worse. And this was a conceit for many things, but it was sort of the imagined world that I was working within to help write some poems. I think that I may not have had the last laugh on that one. Anyway, this is a recent poem called To Our Postponed Child. In true loss, there is no substitute solving this equation, no workaround. I woke up this morning, and for a whole 3 minutes, I believed it was over, or maybe I just forgot, oriented to a different past or present in the same bed. We hadn't slept together since we were both sick. At first, I thought, I'm protecting myself behind the green wall of a spare room, but really it was just to forget my old life, to wake and already know this new one, definitively positioned against nostalgia. My aunt and uncle have built a fortress around my 97-year-old grandmother. Not on their watch will she die of this. They can't, they won't be at fault. For her it is a prisoner. I'm a prisoner, she explains over Zoom. My other friend, a prisoner many times for many years, seems oddly equipped these days. At least she can have most food she wants now, and a dog, and a good bed. My mother says, with Instacart, you can spend $200 on groceries and still they arrive with the one thing you went shopping for missing. We explained to her how to reconstitute brown sugar by mixing molasses and white sugar. The weird thing about all the essentials being short is how many fancy things you can still buy that someone wanted once. How you would trade those shaved coconut strips dusted with curry and pink Himalayan salt happily for a paper bag of flour and chickpeas. We send videos to our friends, twerking a hockey cat, making out with a discovered bar of tofu. Choose it, losing it. I think in this poem, sometimes letting go is just letting out what the deeper problem is, but also, once again, that choice to kind of lose it in a silly way versus losing it in a real way. It's a ritual. It's something that helps. We'll see how this one gets edited. I'm already envisioning some places where I can switch everything around and delete all of it and then rewrite it all over again. Thanks for listening. I hope this finds you well. Stay safe, stay sane, and good night.